Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff for beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It shows just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. And today we're playing Rugrats in Paris the Movie. This will be the PS1 version, but this walkthrough should work for any version you're playing. We're playing on the very hard difficulty, which has the most requirements for beating the game. Before we get stuck into it, if you like this video, consider subscribing to keep up to date. It helps out the channel a whole bunch, and there should be a new walkthrough out each week. Also, feel free to leave a comment if you have any other games you'd like me to cover. Alright, so we'll make a start and load up the game. You can pick whichever character you want, and I picked the very hard difficulty, which just requires you to collect the most tickets to get through the game. If you're playing on an easier difficulty, you can follow this walkthrough, but just get less of the required items if you want. Now, first thing you're going to do to make your playthrough a lot easier is load into a map and just walk around and get a whole bunch of red tickets. You need a lot of red tickets to actually beat the game properly. And the red tickets, you basically collect them and then they take a little while to respawn around the maps. So what we're going to do first is go into pretty much every map in the game and get as many red tickets as we can. So you just go around and get a whole bunch until you can't find any more. Now, when I took this footage, I didn't realize this, so I had to wait for ages for the tickets to respawn. But basically, you just be going through, collecting a whole bunch of red tickets from each map. And then once you're done in each map, you take the train to another area. And then you just go through that area and get more and more red tickets as you go. You can see here the way that I did it, the red tickets hadn't really respawned yet, but if you collect them once at the start of the game and then go back around the rest of the game, they'll respawn, so you can go through and collect them twice pretty much. Anyway, once you collected a whole bunch of red tickets, we can basically just play through the actual game while we're waiting for them to respawn. So we're just going to go around this area first and we'll clean up everything in this first area. Once you get towards this corner of the map, we'll see the baseball minigame, so we want to go through there. And you basically just got to toss the baseballs here. So go through and get all those. And then just do the various rounds. I'm not going to talk too much strategy on these games because it's really just muscle memory. You just get used to where the targets are. This walkthrough will be more about where to go and all where the tickets are and everything. So we play through there. Alright, so we'll play through the game one round and then you get the gold ticket. But then if you get a perfect score, you get a bonus round, which lets you get another gold ticket. So if you do all that right, you should end up with 2 gold tickets by the end of this game. Also, if you're following along with me, more than 15 red tickets, because you would have gone around and collected a whole bunch. Alright, working our way around. Eventually you'll get on this escalator and go up to the train. This will take us to other areas. So we're going to go around to Ooey Gooey World and start collecting some tickets around here, if they've respawned for you by this point. Alright, first main thing we're going to do is go into this door on the right here. And we get this minigame. So we just go through. So the goal of this minigame is to hit these guys who have the music notes. And then you want all the music notes on at once. So some of them will go for longer and some of them will go for shorter. But if you do them in the same order that I'm doing them, you should be able to get all the notes going at once. Whereas, of course, if you hit one of these later notes as the first note, it would time out by the time you're able to do it properly. And we should get a gold ticket from doing that game. Right, once you come out, just head into the other door there. And we should get another game to play here. So it's like a balloon popping game. Just go around and pop all the balloons that you can there. And once you got them all, you'll get a gold ticket for that. We're done in here, so you're going to head up the escalator and go to the new map. Going to go up to Reptile Island here. First thing we're going to do is this room here. This is the bowling. So this has another similar system where you've got to get like a perfect score on here. So you're trying to hit these 100-point ones. And try and replicate this same setup that I'm doing. You want to bounce off the side there. I would say this is probably the hardest gold ticket to get in the game. Not the actual bowling one itself, but the perfect score gold ticket is the hardest one in my opinion. But keep at it, you're going for this. Of course, if you're playing on an emulator or something with save states, you can just save state till you get 100 points each time. Alright, similar to the baseball one we saw before, you'll get the gold ticket. And if you got a perfect score, then you get the bonus round and you can get another gold ticket from it. So make sure you got that one. If you're missing a gold ticket at all, it's probably this one. Anyway, go through that, we'll get a second gold ticket from this game and then we'll head back out. Alright, we want to go into this doorway. We got the bumper car things here. Now basically there'll be 3 separate doors in this area, so you should be able to get 3 gold tickets in total from the bumper cars. Once you've done that, you should have 9. So yeah, if you're following along with my tickets exactly, you should have 9 gold tickets here and a lot more red tickets than I do. And then we'll keep going around this map. Basically, we're just going to get to the escalator here and leave. Going back here to that main entrance part we were at before. And we'll dip into the shop here. Now basically, we'll just be looking to buy everything we can from the shop. But we're going to go through, we'll buy some of these puzzle pieces. And you might have noticed us walking past puzzle spots on the ground before. So when we buy those puzzle pieces, that just allows us to access those puzzle spots and do the puzzle. Alright, so go back up this escalator and we'll go to our next location. So this is a mini golf area. Now I'll play it just from the start so that you can see everything. But basically we'll go through here and go into this keep outdoor and get some tickets up there. And if at any point you notice that all the red tickets have respawned, go around to every map again and collect them all again, because otherwise you'll have to go around at the end of the game and waste a whole bunch of time. If you bought the yellow puzzle piece before, you can do this puzzle. So pretty much we can put the pieces in and rotate them appropriately. And then we should be able to complete that puzzle and get ourselves a ticket from it. There we go. Okay, once we've done that, just head out of this area and go around the corner here. And we can head into this door. There's going to be a whole bunch of tickets in this room. Now the boxes you can pretty much just walk up as long as it's not too big a gap for you to walk up. I'm just going to be going around getting as many red tickets as I can through this whole area here. Alright, once you've done that, you can just head back out. Now we get into the actual mini golf section here. So you can go around and get the tickets from each course if you want, but then we just want a mini golf around here. I will play out my shots for the mini golf because I think it can be tricky to know exactly how to get the good scores on this. Just going around and getting the tickets first. There we go, 2 shots for that one. Alright, it should be the last shot in there. Let's go around and grab the tickets, and then we'll go down that one. So in theory you can get a hole in one for that one. This one here, just try and time it, you'll get another hole in one if you get it right. Similar thing, try and time that one. There we go. And there we go. This one can be pretty tricky. And there we go. So we get the gold ticket from that. And and if we get a good enough score, we can get that other gold ticket. So yeah, that second one is for beating the course record, so just make sure that you got 2 gold tickets from this one. Should have 12 if you're following along with mine exactly. Right, heading out of the golf course here. Now we can head back into our next map. Alright, going up here, I don't think we've been to this one quite yet. So the first one we're going to do is this mini game. So similar to the baseball one. And similar to the baseball one, we'll get 1 gold ticket for doing it, and then another one for getting the perfect score. So make sure you get 2 gold tickets from this one here. And if you're playing on an easier difficulty, you don't need to get all these perfect score ones. It's just very hard, requires you to get all the gold tickets in the game. Once you've done that, you can head back out. Go over to our next section here. It says Chucky minigame. So to go here and just hit all the planks there. And this one just has the 1 gold ticket for beating the game. Alright, next mini game's in here. So it's basically a game of whack-a-mole. Okay, now you're probably spotting the pattern now, but we get 1 gold ticket, and then if you get a perfect score, you've got an opportunity to get another one. So get through that one, we should have 17 tickets by the end of that. And you want to head out here up the escalators. Going to go back here to the main entrance. You'll notice for me the tickets have respawned, and that's literally just you got to wait a certain amount of time. So probably at some point around here you'll have your tickets respawn and you can go around the whole game and collect them all again. Now I'm going to go into the shop here, buy a few more bits and pieces. So we get the puzzle piece there. There we go. So the frog thing, we can play a mini game back in that place we were at just before, and the puzzle piece is another puzzle that we can do. So we go into the green puzzle there and we'll do this puzzle. Now once you've done that, we get a gold ticket from it. Once you're happy, you can head up the escalator. And we're going to go back up to this area. Since I bought the frog before, we can play the mini game here. You just got to select it as an item. To go around, you just got to lick the flyers. And same thing you might expect, we get 1 gold ticket here, and then another one for playing the game perfectly. And then that gives us the bonus round. Once you've done that, you should have 20 gold tickets. When you're ready, head up the escalator for this area. We'll head into our next map. Alright, so we're going back to the Ooze World. Now I went back to the Ooze World just to grab some more red tickets, but once you got enough, you can head back to the shop. So we're just going to go and get the Reptar football. There's like a trading gold ticket that you need to get as well. You trade it to like Phil or Lil. We saw them in the golf place earlier. Can't remember the exact details. I think they may move around. So if you didn't have them in the golf place, you can look around for them. But that's where they were on my playthrough here. Alright, so I head in and trade in the football for a gold ticket. And also I'm just going around here grabbing more red tickets. Now I'm just sweeping around grabbing more red tickets over and over again, and I'm going to buy the puzzle piece. And then that lets me sort of go to another puzzle, complete that one. The puzzle piece that I bought was in here, it's just the red one. So we can complete that puzzle there. And then once we've done that, we just go around. So pretty much everything's locked behind red tickets at the moment. So you can see that I'm just going back into each map and playing any mini games that used to have red tickets in them. But if you'd gotten the red tickets at the start of the game, this would be much easier because you wouldn't be waiting for them to respawn like I was. And once we head in there, we can grab the extra puzzle piece. I think the only puzzle I had left to do was in here, so we just done that one. Okay, we're going to head back out. And back to the main area again. I'm just going to replay some mini games just to get some more red tickets here. Alright, once you got some more red tickets, back into the shop. We get the mug thing there. And we can head back onto the escalator. Now that mug is one of the trade-in items. So we're going to go over here. Now, I don't think she actually spawns until you've done the first trade-in, if I'm remembering it right. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the trade-in people just live in this room, so you want to keep coming back into this one. Now, similar thing again here, we're just going to go to this shop to get another trade-in item, the pencil. And we can head back. If we go into this golf area, we'll have another person to trade in with. So in my case, it's Chucky right there. And we can get that gold ticket. I'm playing the whack-a-mole game a lot to get more red tickets, so if you're really stuck, you can do that. Once you've done that, you can head back into the shop. And grab the bull item to trade. And we'll take it back to the golf area and trade it in. There we go, get a gold ticket for that. Now we can head back out. Grab this to trade in. Now at this point you can get the helmet, and with that helmet right in the middle you can beat the game. 26 tickets we need for that. I think there may be one more gold ticket in the game, that's just off the other trade item that you need. But I don't think I did that in this playthrough. I was a bit sick of collecting red tickets at this point, let's just say. Anyway, once you got the helmet, you can go through here. There's the other ticket I was talking about. I must have actually done it. But once you got the helmet, you can go through here. Now, this is sort of the final boss area. It's almost like a little fighting game thing that you basically just want to hide around behind buildings and shoot this fireball. And if you can do enough damage, you'll beat in the game. There we go. And that's pretty much everything. So hopefully you found this useful, and thanks so much for watching.